Welcome, everyone. Once again, we are back here at the Heart Connection. Welcome again. We love sharing our time with you guys here whenever we can. Lots of busy stuff going on. Our schedules to coordinate are impossible. We're going to fix that in the future, though. Don't worry about that. But today, it's just Diane and I, and we're talking. We need to wrap up the Rock from the Heart event. It's been 2 months, but we haven't had a chance to wrap up and talk about it and talk about the next event and get all excited about it. So once again, I'm John uh, from the Heart Connection. My partner, as always, Diane. She's
Hello,
lovely,
everybody.
Diane. And
Hello.
socials, once again, let's go through those. Run down Rock from the Heart on Facebook, as well as Aortic Health Unlimited, both on Facebook and on Instagram. Check those out. You can see clips of the show. You can get to our show on both pages. The show is shared on both pages, plus any information about uh, Diane's lovely organization, Aortic Health Unlimited, and of course the organization that we work with to Rock from the Heart as well. My email, once again, John T at rockfromtheheart.org, just like it looks on the bottom of your screen, but just add the John T at and then the .org at the end for my email. Email us the show with anything that you guys want, questions, anything you want to see in the future, all that good stuff. So now we're going to get into it. We're wrapping up, finally, the Rock from the Heart event, which was a great event. Once again, I get emotional at everyone. I get absolutely emotional. I break down in front of people. I break down afterwards. It's crazy how much it brings out, how many emotions it brings out in us.
That's, and I mean, and you have every right, especially this one, to be emotional, John.
Yeah.
I I was boohooing. I was looking around the room when your beautiful daughter was speaking and was talking about the perspective from her side as a caregiver. And how old is she?
She's 18. She's gonna be 19 this summer. So when it happened, when my first event happened, she was 12 years old.
That it was very, very powerful.
Mhm.
And I ask everyone, one, if you're interested to see what went on. I mean, you couldn't hear a pin drop.
Mm-mm.
There was people sniffling. It was a very powerful story, and we always hear from the side of the survivor,
Mhm.
but we very rarely do we hear from a young caregiver. And
Right.
this was your daughter, John,
Yeah.
and it was so emotional. And I never thought of what she was thinking. Is
I
okay,
didn't. A lot of that stuff that she said in her speech was new to me.
right,
And but rightfully so. I understand why she felt it.
right.
And um because I can remember how I felt. My dad had heart problems when I was a kid too. However,
Hmm.
my dad's heart problems are a complete 180 from my heart problems. My dad was heart attacks. I've never had a heart attack. I'm not at risk for a heart attack right now. I mean, I'm higher risk because of the stuff I
Hmm.
went through. And I do have a little bit of blockage in some arteries, but we're clearing that out. We're trying to figure that out. But my dad was straight heart attacks. He had four heart attacks.
Jesus.
He had back in the days when they used to do angioplasties and angiograms.
Hmm.
They still do an angiogram, I think, but he had two angioplasties during that time. Basically, they take a balloon and open up that valve or that thing. They also did stents back then, but I don't think he never got one. He never got opened.
Hmm.
But and stents are more for biopsy, I think, anyway. But they do them, I believe, in just regular situations as well. But so his heart problems were different, but from a very I mean, my dad was older when I was a kid. Like my parents were 52 when I graduated high school. And um, so if that gives you any indication, they were 33 when I was born.
Wow.
Now I have a daughter that I was 37 when she was born, so I'm gonna be like
Oh.
55 when my youngest graduates from high school. But anyway, so I remember like I always went hunting and fishing with my dad and my grandpa all the time,
Mhm.
and my grandpa's brothers, and we'd always go. And right around the time I was about 14, 15 years old,
Mhm.
but when my dad had his third heart attack is when it all ended. He couldn't climb up stairs anymore very easily, so he couldn't get up into tree stands, and so that world kind of stopped for me for a
Mhm.
long time until recently now reconnecting with my uncle who's been living up here too.
Mhm.
I get where my daughter's coming from. Like I had parts of my childhood taken away from me too because my dad couldn't do things because of his heart attack.
Right.
Uh, we ate a very we ate a very bland um, palate anyway because my dad was like that. He
Mhm.
was like basically saltless meat and potatoes essentially. Maybe a little margarine on the or gravy on the on the potatoes, but that was about it. But we had to
Uh-huh.
be, heart conscious, so we were eating things that, like margarine, which is basically plastic that's not healthy for you. Like, don't eat that, please. Um, we consumed lots of it,
Mhm.
because that's what we were told back then. Oh, you have to have margarine because butter's bad.
Right.
It's going to clog your arteries. Well, there's lots more things that go into that. But anyway, so the whole point is that yes, my childhood was kind of taken away that same way as my
Mhm.
daughter, not quite as intensely. I mean, I was on the verge of death several times, but I would agree I'm not the same person that I was
Mhm.
10 years ago. 10 years
Um,
ago, 10 years ago I was doing what's called Spartan races, going through the
mhm.
mud, doing 12 obstacles, um,
Wow.
and running 5 miles. Well, the one I did was how long was it? 15 miles
Uh-huh.
through
Wow.
like 50 some obstacles, and took me like 3 hours, 4 hours, something like that. But it was super fun. It was in Texas. We went in Texas. But that's what I
Mm.
used to do. I used to push my body to the limit with what I did with working out. Very, very high
Mhm.
intensity workouts, like the kind where your heart rate's 175 for an hour and a half straight. Like that's the kind of workouts
Mhm.
I was doing.
Wow.
And now I sit on the couch and watch TV because I can't get my heart rate above like
Yeah.
100, 130. They tell me
Uh-huh.
like, don't do it. It's not going to be, the results will not be good if your heart rate gets up too high. So, but yes,
Mhm.
that's what I mean. That was the gist of kind of my daughter's speech is kind of how
Yeah.
she she saw the life
Right.
get sucked out of me essentially because of all my heart
Exactly.
issues. And every
And
time it was like, so just so you know, like she gets a call, just so you know, and so she's like, great, here we go again. I got to get ready for my
exactly.
dad to die.
Exactly.
So if
Uh,
please go to YouTube, go to Rock from the Heart, find her speech, go watch it. I can't even get through talking about it. Ugh.
It's intense. It's very intense. And I challenge all of y'all to go back and look. Again, like I said, we see a lot of survivor stories from survivors themselves. However, this is from a child's
Mhm.
perspective.
Yeah,
And the way she described things is powerful, is intense, and out of the mouth of babes.
yeah, and she
So
spent
go to YouTube.
she spent time on that.
Wow.
Like she worked on that for months,
Hmm.
trying to whittle it down and timing herself and timing herself and timing herself. Because I told her, I said, you got at most 15 minutes. Try to keep it at 10. She's like,
Uh-huh.
oh, you know how hard that
Wow.
is? I'm like, I know, trust me.
Yeah.
I do this podcast, so we start talking. Next thing you know, it's yeah. Before this, we talked for
Mhm.
45 minutes before we even started recording.
Yeah.
So I get it.
Exactly.
You get it,
Exactly.
it,
It's like, wow,
it time gets away from you. But yeah, she did a wonderful job. And
she did.
like let's just talk about all the speakers that did
Yeah.
like this was probably my favorite and probably the most information I got out of a symposium
Hmm.
since I started coming to Rock from the Heart. It was excellent information. They were very caring and meticulous in how they delivered it and
Mm-hmm.
spoke very, excuse me, non-official. I mean, they
Yes.
used official words, but they were able to explain it in
Mm-hmm.
a very layman's terms matter. So that's what I really
I
liked
like
about
the
the
one with
speaker.
the zebra. The one that
Yeah.
the one that broke out the zebra
Yes.
and the puppet thing and stuff.
Yep.
It was so easy to follow
Yeah.
and to understand.
It was.
Yeah, I liked her. I hope she comes and speaks again.
Yeah.
I
And
like that.
all those speeches are broken out by speech. You can watch the whole symposium from start to
Mm-hmm.
finish. It is on the Rock from the Heart YouTube channel, so you can find it on there. Otherwise, you can watch the individual people. So you can go in. There's a description of kind of what they spoke about. Excuse me,
Mm-hmm.
and then so you can go through and if there's some topics that interest you, pick out your favorites and watch them. But definitely go watch a few of the videos. They're educational.
Yes.
You learn a lot of information from them. Doesn't matter if you have heart issues or not. Just go watch them. It's good information. It's
Mm-hmm.
information that everyone should have at their fingertips, just because nobody thinks about the aorta, and that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to get word out there that there is disease
Mm-hmm.
for aortas, aortic valve. There's valve disease. There's all this stuff, and that people don't know about because they just always say, your heart's fine, or they just assume, they heard their grandpa died and he died of a
Mm-hmm.
massive heart attack. Well, he might have died of a dissection. That's that, that very well could be, but back then they just called it a massive heart attack.
Right. Well, did you know, and a lot of people are not aware of this, but the aorta is now its own organ.
Oh.
Before,
Mhm.
yeah, before, whenever they says, oh, they died of heart complication, everyone thinking the aorta was part of the heart, but now it's officially its own organ.
Interesting.
It is officially. So
Hmm.
there's so much, and what you don't know, even though you don't have it in your family, you might run into somebody, or your children could have it, even though it's always something good to know. This you can never know too much. Never, never, never. Nobody
No,
knows everything.
no,
Nobody.
absolutely not. No,
No,
we
not at
all
all.
learn every single day,
Hmm.
and trust me when I say we're constantly learning about everything that we
Always.
have been through.
Exactly.
We keep it a little bit more specific to the our situations because
Hmm.
we're dealing with our health battles every day. Um, but
Hmm.
but yes, I mean we're like that education is constantly changing,
Hmm.
constantly, because you don't just have the American doctors and physicians and
Right.
things like that working on that. You have several other countries that are dealing with this too, and that are starting to get more education out there about aortic disease, valve disease, things like that.
Right.
And that's what we're just trying to do. We're just trying to get the information out there. We don't
That's it.
like, I'm not doing this to get rich. That's for certain. I can hold
Mm-hmm.
my breath and hope for money to fall in my hand, but it ain't gonna happen. And nor do I
Mm-mm.
want to. That like this is all about just getting
Hmm.
the information out there. Um,
Exactly.
and it's important that it does, because what you learn from anything, any outfit out there, whether it's, us or other places or whatever, there's a lot of information out there. You might learn something that saves your life
Hmm.
someday. You really, truly might. So overall, the symposium, I gotta say, top notch, one of my favorites so far.
Hmm.
Beautiful room at Canterbury Downs. If you've never been in Minnesota, in Shakopee, that's where the horse racing track is. One of the horse racing tracks, I should say. It's the one that was there, I believe, first, most popular. Paul Allen, the voice of the Vikings on the radio, he does the announcing there, and he actually does a fantastic job. It's awesome. Um, so the horse racing part is just, it's super fun playing the ponies, right? But it's a beautiful
Hmm.
view of the track, what we had, because the room we were in is actually next to the indoor spot where you watch the
The
ponies.
horse race.
Yeah, where you watch the horse races. And then just below us was the outside bleachers or whatever. And so that was a beautiful spot um, to have that and have it overlooking that. And yeah, the food was great. They did a really fantastic job. Staff did well, I thought. And yeah, it was just all in all, I thought it was a top-notch event
Hmm. Yes,
again.
it was.
And we put it
And
together
me,
with volunteers. I love it.
exactly. And meeting new people and welcome them
Yeah.
to the family.
Yeah.
And we have actually met some people that were interested in being part of our guest on the show as well
Yes.
that we will
Yeah.
contact in the
And
future.
they're coming up, in the next, hopefully the
Exactly.
next few weeks. So, like, we're gonna
Mm-hmm.
get them on as soon as we can and talk a little bit more about, about their stuff and how they survive and everything else and
Right.
what they're doing. And, it's great. It's just great to hear. So, you know, I would say symposium, as far as symposiums go for Rock from the Heart, probably one of the better ones that I thought.
Mm-hmm.
Just personal opinion, but no matter what, everyone that I've gone to has been fantastic. So.
Oh yeah.
It's a hard standard to beat regardless. So
Hmm.
I thought we did pretty well with that, and I thought the
Oh
speakers
yeah.
were just amazing. So kudos to all our volunteers. Thank you for putting it together. Thank you to all the speakers. Once again, of course, thank you to my daughter for just destroying the room and making everyone cry. Because everyone came up
Hmm.
to me afterwards and said, "Oh my gosh, I was crying when your daughter was talking." I was
Yes.
too, so I know how
Yeah.
you feel. But anyway, so I thought that was great.
Hmm.
Anything that you thought, is there anything that you could pick out from there that stands out to you for anything
That
other than my daughter speaking, I should say?
exactly. That was the top. That was the top. And again, the woman that the speaker that had brought in her little puppets and was
Yeah.
describing the zebra and what was the zebra and the other. Remember, she had the zebra, two
Yeah,
puppets.
safari animals, I think, is what she
Yeah,
was talking
safari
about.
animals, and I thought it was real interesting. It was
Yeah.
easy to follow. I like it because I can follow her and understand her
Yeah.
easy than rather than which I understood the doctors and stuff and understood them, but it was just so much easier. She put it in such a fun term,
Hmm.
and it was easy, real easy, and the whole event was real good. But then the night of the concert was so fun,
Oh,
so fun.
that was so much. That was such a blast, and we had a good time.
Yes,
We went out to lunch that day.
we sure did. The
Before,
food was good
yeah, it
too.
was pretty
Yes.
good. We went to a little place just down the road from our hotel and
Mhm.
enjoyed some food, and it was great. And then yeah, and
Mhm.
then we went to the concert later on, and that was super fun. And
Oh
I
yeah.
just the
Mhm.
Bee Gees kicked it off, and they just did fantastic. And then, of
Yes, they
course,
did.
the hype just brought it home, and it was a great night. It was a fun night, but I had the most fun with casino night.
Did you really? You were
Well,
out there playing casino.
I played three card poker. That is my favorite game to play in the whole world. And if you don't know much about three card poker, do some investigating on it. Play it the next time you're at a casino
Mhm.
and they have it because it's super fun. It's you can lose a lot of money really quick, but you could win a lot of money really quick. And you play against the dealer. That's it. It's you and the dealer. You're making
Uh-huh.
cards against the dealer, and that's
Yes.
it. No, there's no drawing, there's no nothing. You get three cards, and you decide, do I want to play this or do I want to fold? That's as simple as
Mhm.
it gets. There's the complicated thing is the way you bet. So we were betting with fake money, and it was prizes. And the overall
Mhm.
the grand prize was a TV, which was really nice. I think it was a 55-inch TV. It's perfect.
It was
There was a
nice
couple of guitars
television.
that were given away,
Yes.
other raffle stuff. I mean, there was a lot of
Mhm.
good stuff that was given away. Um, it had good little finger food, little snacks
Mhm.
beforehand. So if you were a VIP, you got a little food
Mhm.
beforehand. You got the casino night. You
Right.
did get some money with your entry fee, and you could always buy extra if you wanted to.
Mhm.
And everyone had a good time. I ended up blazing through all my funny money at the three card poker table. So so that was the part that you can lose fast. I was winning, I was up, and then I still
Mhm.
kept, yeah, I still kept some original chips, but you're playing with house money. It's funny money. Come on. So that was a good time. And plus all the pictures and videos you took. Holy mackerel.
So fun.
You had, see
So
the
fun.
meta
And then,
glasses on?
yes, I had my glasses, and actually, it was so funny because when the hype came out, lead singer, I guess he finally noticed, and he looked and came at me, done like this.
Ha! Cover.
Oh, my glasses. I started laughing, and then Cam was singing to me and took the stand from the mic, and there he went again. There he went again. I
Yep.
mean, I had so much fun. I was given a guitar pick because anywhere I go, I refuse to be in the back row, stand behind. So. Yeah, I was jamming and singing and
That's
having the
good.
best time with them. I mean, so fun. The whole atmosphere, of course. Meet and join again with your old friends, people that you have connected with in the past. You get to see them again. So
Yep.
so fun. Lorraine and Bill actually, John, has talked to us. I got to see when they're coming to Orange Beach, Alabama,
Oh,
and they wanted to hook up with me and Ricky. So we are talking about meeting up with them. So
oh,
Bill,
nice.
Lorraine, send me them dates. And
Nice.
so, that's just the beauty. And at the time when I spoke, I challenged everyone to take the time and look around the room and find you one person, at least one person you could make a good connection, speak to them, connect with them, take time to them. And then you'll be surprised the way you log on and you got your friends for life. I
Yeah,
mean, how great is that? I mean,
exactly.
it's so great to be out there. But all in all, that's what I like about Rock from the Heart
Hmm.
is attending, um, seeing people, seeing how far they come. You get the educational part, you get the free food, always nice, yum
Oh, yeah.
yum, and the laughs, and of course the tears that come. But we always end it all in a good note and a fun, educational. And again, nobody is paid for nothing
Right.
on this. And again, like you have mentioned, John, nobody is doing this for the money. Is to get information out there,
Mhm.
is to educate you. And sometimes, whether it be, there's other organizations out there, but with Rock from the Heart, of course, does it with the education symposium, but we follow with music because music there's power in music. I mean, whether it be
Yes.
country or rock, I just it's power in it.
Yeah.
It could be healing,
Yes. Very
and
healing.
we're all about bringing people together, about educating people, and bringing hope to people, and hoping to see people to come back again.
Hmm.
So we got Rock from the Heart coming up in October. I think the
Hmm.
9th and the 10th you mentioned, and it's going to be warmer. And I will be out there again. We'll be presenting the Aortic Golden Pin Awards to someone lucky, and then the prestigious award. And I want y'all to come out.
Yeah. Come on out
Meet
to,
with me and John. We love to
yeah,
meet you.
absolutely.
Yeah,
October 9th and 10th, we're going to be in Duluth.
exactly.
We're going to be
And
at the
Duluth.
deck,
Mhm.
the Duluth Entertainment and Convention Center, which is now called
Mhm.
Amsoil Arena too, because they have
Right.
that's where the Bulldogs play. The Bulldogs are the local Division One hockey program that
Mhm.
is there. So they play there, both the men's and the women's team.
Mhm.
They used to play at the deck, but now it's still a sheet ice. There's still a sheet ice there, but they do have a lot of banquet rooms. I was in one of the room. I
Oh.
was in the room um, that we're going to be in for a work function the other day, which I got to mention.
Uh-huh.
Members Cooperative Credit Union is a sponsor of
Oh,
the Duluth event. So thank you very much for them.
nice.
That is where I work as
Thank
well.
you
A
to
very
them as
small credit
well.
union in northern Minnesota. So we were at a work function there. We had our 90th celebration for our
Hmm.
company. And we were in that harbor view room, and it was beautiful, overlooking the harbor, the lift bridge right directly in the background. It
Wow.
was gorgeous. And
Hmm.
so, and what I was telling Diane before this, that's also peak fall color season. And the best highway to drive in the entire country, with the exception of probably Maine, there's some New England
Hmm.
roads that are pretty cool with the fall colors. But one of the best is Highway 61 going up the North Shore, um, and going up to Lutzen, and even all the way up to Grand Marais. Even it it's worth the drive. Wonderful, beautiful. There's a beautiful golf course up there, Superior National. I've always wanted to play it there in the fall, just because of all the
Hmm.
fall colors. Leaves are changing, but it could, like I said, it could be 70 degrees during that time. So the
Yeah.
weather could be just
Right.
absolutely gorgeous. So please come on out to the Duluth event. I
Yes.
know initially we're going to be elsewhere. Plans fell through. We're going to the deck. I think hotel arrangements are being made. We'll get that information out there.
Okay.
We don't have a band yet. That will, more to come on that. But symposium will be the 9th and the concert will be the 10th. And it is pouring rain out here all of a sudden. Holy mackerel! Sorry, that
Wow.
got me out of focus. It's been absolutely gorgeous here in northern
Hmm.
Minnesota.
And
I
decides to
have
rain.
one little tiny snowman that my daughter made the other day that's still there, and one snow pile, and well, the trees that never get the sun. There's a bunch of snow there, but that's it. And now it's pouring
Wow.
rain. So anyway,
Wow.
sorry I distracted, but
That's okay.
great event. We're gonna be there. It's gonna be awesome. I'm sure we'll have some things planned for that weekend too. Some
Right.
fun things that we'll do. So come on out, enjoy. Plus,
Hmm.
there's so much great dining in the area. There's so much great sightseeing. You've got Split Rock Lighthouse up the North Shore, which if you're gonna drive and see the colors, that's a good spot to stop because it overlooks Lake Superior, and the
Wow.
lighthouse is up on 100-foot cliff, and
Wow.
and
Is
you
that
can
right?
yeah, and I believe you can go down to where the water is too. There's stairs to take you down.
Wow.
There's also Gooseberry Falls. Gooseberry Falls is a river, and usually during that time it's pretty low, like the
Hmm.
moisture level is pretty low, so you can walk across it. But like right now, it's a raging, roaring waterfalls. Like it's
Hmm.
fast moving water. Like you'd die if you got swept away. It's that fast. But sometimes you can go up, and there's a little like pool up on top where the water runs down from one area and then it pools and then it goes down in the
Wow.
waterfall. You can swim up in that pool, and it's usually warmer than all the rest of the water because it sits there a little
I
bit.
can't swim, John.
Well, you best learn. We're gonna learn how to swim, right? We'll get you a little aqua wings.
Floaties. Give me
Yep,
some floaties.
we'll get you a little aqua wings. You'll be good.
Hmm.
But yeah, no, it's absolutely beautiful. There's the Temperance River.
Hmm.
There's Grand Marais. There's Palisade Head. Those are giant cliffs. They have big wind shears, so like if you try
Hmm.
to pour water off the cliff, it just goes straight behind you. It's crazy. Um, but yeah, it's just absolutely beautiful along the North
Hmm.
Shore. Um, stop and see the Glen Sheen Mansion while you're there. That was a mansion constructed back in the 1900s, early
Oh.
1900s. They had Italian marble shipped in from Italy by boat, and they had to get it by boat to that location. There was no roads that led to there. There were no rail cars. There was nothing. It was complete woods. They actually built the road
Wow.
to put this mansion up, and it's beautiful, and it's haunted too.
I like to see it. Ooh.
There was a murder there actually, so that's a part of
I
the
ain't
the
staying
mystique.
there.
They used to deny it, and now they accept it fully. So, but anyway, just the point is there's tons of stuff to do in the Duluth area. Come
Hmm.
Thursday, stay
Right.
till Sunday, make it a
Hmm.
weekend. Bring the
Right.
family. There's tons and tons of stuff to do, and it's still camping season. There's some great campgrounds up in Two Harbors. There's some just outside of
Mhm.
Duluth, Jay Cook State Park. I believe they have campsites. Just a little south of there, a little east
Interesting.
of there. There's so much stuff, and there's tons of hotels. There's tons
Mhm.
of everything, shops. Little,
Mhm.
it's a very unique area. Um,
Yeah.
so I'm excited to introduce the Rock from the World family to the Duluth area.
Mhm.
And I'm only
Okay.
an hour away from there, so
There you go.
I can
Yeah.
just zip on over, and
Oh,
you guys could come on over, and I can show you the
looking
chicken.
forward.
I can show
There
you
we
the
go.
chickens. Yeah,
There we go. I'm gonna
yeah.
come by and see chickens. So
Anyway, great
overall,
event. Awesome. It was a great event to end the February Rock from the Heart down in the cities. We're
yes,
moving on. We're focusing for the future, October 9th and 10th. It'll
exactly.
be great. It's gonna be awesome. What do you think? How are you feeling?
Well, I'm super excited after all that you had told me, and I
Yeah.
do love shopping, so I like to check out. Is there any antique stores anywhere?
There's antique stores. Yes, those are all over. Specifically in Duluth, I know there's a couple
Mm-hmm.
that we'd have to find. But there's some off the wall
Hmm.
shops kind of like that, right? Um,
Really?
they got that's where Duluth Pack is. So
Okay.
anyone familiar with Duluth Pack, which they're all over the country, they're a very, very
Uh-huh.
durable um, backpacks and things like that that have a lifetime
Oh,
warranty
okay.
on them.
Yes, yes.
That's based in Duluth. And
I
actually
did not know that.
they have a
Nice.
shop. And Canal Park is one of the most beautiful
Mm-hmm.
spots to go to, especially
Mm-hmm.
summer and fall. And a lot of those shops are in Canal Park. So Duluth Pack is
Mm-hmm.
in Canal Park. They
Mm-hmm.
have a beautiful little sandwich shop. I think it's called Northern Waters.
Mm-hmm.
It's great, great shop there. They have a candy shop there.
Mm-hmm.
Um, they got all sorts of stuff down there. A couple of restaurants. They've got the lake walk. So there's this big, huge
I
lake
like
walk. You can
that.
go for miles. You could take the
Mm-hmm.
train up the North Shore too. They have a little train that
Really?
runs. Yeah. You could do the 2 hour tour, which is kind of just up to Two Harbors and back, or you could do I think there's a full dinner tour where they serve you dinner and you go all the way to Grand Marais and it's like a 6 hour
Nice.
tour.
Nice.
Yeah. So there's
Right.
tons to do. Park Point is beautiful. That's this big giant point that is separates essentially the bay in Lake
Mm-hmm.
Superior from Lake Superior. So it separates
Okay.
the bay in Wisconsin and Duluth because we
Uh-huh.
share with Minnesota shares with Wisconsin, essentially that
Right.
bay, and those parts uh,
Mm-hmm.
of the Lake Superior.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, the Apostle Islands are not that far away. Now that's more of a winter thing. The Apostle Island caves, they only open
Mm-hmm.
them like this. They was open this year for the first time in 5 years because
Wow.
it has to be perfect weather
Uh-huh.
for the lake to freeze so that you can walk out there enough to where you can walk and where so like they opened it and 3 days after they opened it, they closed it. And they showed a camera shot of one of the last day it was open, and the day after it, that was the last day. Full ice, people walking on it. Next day, all that ice was gone.
That fast, John?
All it takes is for the wind to shift and for a little bit of like the current in the lake to shift,
Uh-huh.
and it just brings that ice right out to the middle of the lake. It's an ocean. There's enough
Wow.
water in Lake Superior that if you took and
Mhm.
covered the entire United States, you'd be walking in a foot and a half of water.
Wow.
It's a deep, deep lake.
Interesting. Hmm.
So, so anyway, getting way off track, but
I'm telling you,
that is
give me your
where.
final thought, John.
So final thought. Let's go into that. Final thought. The event once again top notch. I had a blast. Loved seeing everybody. Um,
Exactly.
it just once again made my year. Uh, Event coming up, it's going to be awesome. You can hear me talk about that area. Very familiar
Mhm.
with it. It's my backyard, so I'm excited to introduce the Rock from the Heart family to my backyard. So, um, my final thought is, if you've never been to one, now's the time.
Yep. And the
Why aren't
weather's
you
going to
coming?
be good.
Why aren't you coming? Give me the excuse.
Hmm.
I'll find a rebuttal. Unless, you know, you end up in the hospital. Obviously, we don't. But they got good hospitals there. Maybe we could transfer you up there. You know,
No,
that's where I had my first two
hopefully not.
surgeries.
Hopefully
So, you know. But anyway, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. So, uh, once again, the Heart Connection with myself and Diane. You can find us on Facebook, Rock from the Heart, and Aortic Health Unlimited.
not.
I will be creating our own show page too here soon. And then also, you can find us on Instagram. You can find me on my email, johnt@rockfromtheheart.org.
Hmm.
Um, and just any other way that you want to communicate with us through Facebook, Messenger, or anything out like that. We love chatting with people. We always love interviewing people. We love, Kevin that was
Hmm.
on last time. Gosh, he was great. And I still follow everything he's doing.
Awesome. Thank you,
If you don't get a
Kevin.
chance to Kevin Songer on Facebook, I don't know
Hmm.
if you can creep him that much on Facebook or whatever, but if you can find him, just check out what he's doing. He's got some good stuff going
Right.
on, man. So it's
Right.
just awesome. It's good. It's good to see such a positive person in our community.
Hmm.
So uh, with that, I'm ready to go. Let's get back. Now it's not. Now the sun's out again. This is Minnesota weather. It's gonna snow in probably 10 minutes probably now. That's the way Minnesota weather is. Anyway, so
I'm look, I'm looking at my sun grilling and some hamburgers,
yeah, you're
smelling the
you're
grill
cutting
from here,
grass.
son.
You're cutting grass. I still got snowbanks. Like the grass is more dormant
Yeah,
than anything you could possibly
that's
imagine right
it.
now.
That's
Oh,
it.
not a blade of green out there. It's all brownish winter kill right now.
Yeah. Yep.
But
You can keep it over there.
yeah, yeah. I'll,
Keep
I'll
that
keep it
weather.
here. You keep your weather there. I'll keep my
Keep it
weather
there.
here. How about that? So
That's it. That's it.
anyway,
That's
with that, another good show. We'll be back again here in a couple weeks. So
it. Hmm.
tune in. Keep tuning into us. We love you
Yep.
guys. We'll see you again soon.
Yes. Until next time.
Till
Y'all have a
next time.
great weekend. Do something good for each other.
Absolutely.
Till next time.